Annie Rajan.
Yes.
Welcome to Saligam.
Yeah, thank you. It's a
Annie,
beautiful place.
yeah, tell us about your very interesting work you're doing.
Yeah, presently my work for past 3-4 years have been on machine translation for Konkani. Now Konkani, as we understand, it's a state language, but it is one of a low resource language. That is, we do not have sufficient corpus. Now when I mean corpus, it is not the literature work like poems, stories and all. It is corpus or data that I need to make any program, online program. For example,
Slightly technical corpus or?
yeah, technical corpus. Like I'll tell you that now let us say Annie, the name Annie itself. Annie is a lady, female. Okay, Annie is maybe she's working. You know, you're putting various parameters for it. Or let us say, for example, I bank on Frederick for my work, or I'm going to the bank. Both these words bank have different meanings. So this has to be annotated. That is the term what we use. Like in the first sentence, I'm going to the bank is a noun, and I'm banking on, or I bank on Frederick is a verb. So this way, these two banks with the same spelling, same way we pronounce it, it has the same word as such, but having different meanings. So this type of corpus is very low in low resource languages, and Konkani is one of them.
The words are just not there, or they are not easily findable.
No, we have not annotated.
We have not annotated.
Annotated means, like I have not said that in the sentence I am going to the bank is a noun. And in the sentence, like I bank on Frederick, bank is a verb.
Yeah.
This annotation, see, a machine, we have to teach the machine. So what I need to teach a machine, I need certain elements to teach the machine. That is the corpus. Like when we take our child to a KG class, he will find lots of objects around him. Why those objects are, like the teacher will say that this is a apple. So this is an apple. The student will look at it and say, yes, this is an apple. Okay, so this is how we have to train the machine. So training the machine to some extent, we need corpus.
I've seen your papers online.
Oh, yes.
Give us a hint about what you have focused on so far.
Yeah, I have focused on so far. My first paper, which came in an elsewhere international journal, is about survey of Konkani for NLP, Natural Language Processing. It's a 5-page article which I have written, and I've focused on, and I've told there that Konkani needs a lot of development. And it's open for research. Researchers can just work with it. And let me tell you, I always felt more than a computer science teacher, a language teacher has a bigger scope. Because a language teacher will tell that this bank means this verb or this bank, not a computer science teacher. So language teachers have a big scope in building up corpus. And along with that mixture of computer science and language teachers, we can build many types of tools. That is, we call as computational linguistic tools for learning this language. Now learning a language is like listening to poems, stories, but also the grammatical part. Now in English we have with word a spell checker, but in Konkani you don't have a spell checker. So not only in Konkani, let me say many of the languages don't have spell checkers. So how we can build this spell checkers?
And we only got Google Translate very recently. So.
Yeah, we got Google Translator very recently, and my recent study, what I'm doing is standard 1 textbook of Goa board I have taken, and I have translated it with Google. The annotators have told me that it is only 35% correct.
Okay.
So
it needs more work.
It needs lots of work, because what happens in a Google Translator, let me just tell you, or anything. Now, if I give a wrong translation, who tells me it is correct?
Yeah.
So what a new user will think, this is the correct thing. There is no way that the new user will come to know that this word is not in my corpus, so I have not got it correct. So that is one big hitch up, and I do not know.
Sorry, and your other papers?
My other papers are sentiment analysis for Konkani, named entity recognition for Konkani, post-tagger using hidden Markov, post-tagger using deep learning, and I have done an analysis of Nepali, Sindhi and Konkani.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I have done I have not done how many poems have written or stories, but how much of corpus have been developed for computational linguistic tools.
Your background is electronics?
Yeah, my background is MSc Electronics with an MCA and an MPhil in computer science. And since I entered into PhD work for past 5 years, I have been exploring that there are many things to be built up. And I don't think I'll be the only person enough to do this. And many people have to cooperate into this, and it can be taken to a platform.
So on this point, what are the priorities you feel should be done for Konkani as of now? Where is it lacking? I know it's lacking in many things, but to start with?
We need a good corpus, annotated corpus. Now we have at present TDIL. that is Technology Development of Indian Languages, they do have corpus of Konkani, which is post tagged. So that can be used. We don't have NER corpus. We don't have huge sentiment corpus. So this becomes a small little problem.
How is this corpus created?
And now corpus has to be created manually. Like for example, you have to take some sentences and then you have to annotate. Annotate means give what is it. I means a pronoun. All this. We have to keep on writing characteristics of that word. So that will make a corpus.
I see.
Now for example, if I want to, I have a 100 page document of a law, a court case.
Yeah.
Now I want to know who was fighting against whom, which year, when, where, how. So NER, named entity recognition, allows, I run a name entity, it will pick up all the names, it will pick up locations, it will pick up dates, it will pick up money, and it will just show me a small summary.
I see.
So that helps a user. Now if I want to write a sentiment analysis, I go and watch a movie and somebody asks me how was the movie, I just say a thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's spoken.
Yeah.
I said no, forget it, gone. So suppose if somebody writes a whole story or a summary like, and
Yeah.
then you want to know exactly what is it,
Yeah.
good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so positive, negative, neutral, these are the basic three.
I see.
We do not have any huge corpus for this. So for our experiment we did build a few bit of corpus, but after that it is just left there. So I think of course the Goa University is taking a lot of efforts to build up such things, but then what I feel over there is that when the funds are there, they build. When the funds are not there, then they stop the work. Then they wait for some new funds, and that is going on. It's a gradual process and it is happening. But I realized that they would not go into all the fields of Konkani, and then I realized that there is one more field which is absolutely not there. How are we going to do some kind of a learning? Now NEP has come up. NEP says that you should have learning from 1 to 4 in the regional language. So what are our kids having for this regional language? So when I saw into, there is a textbook, SCRT, has put up the textbooks online, but the textbooks are just there. After that what? How will a student use this textbook? Can just go and read there, and that too only a person who knows to read it. So then I thought of building up some tools which can be used at a lower level. Students from 1st standard to 4th standard, they don't need an internet connection, they don't need to have any kind of such things, and they can use it in the classroom. Like for example, the teacher in Konkani has come and taught the chapter and gone. Now there are few students who could not grasp those. Then what are they going to do? So what
yeah.
I have developed is the small tools.
I see.
Yeah.
Very
This small
interesting.
yeah.
Hardware?
This is the hardware. With my basic electronic qualification and with the help of a few friends, because I don't have all the instruments to get this done, a 3D printing small prototype model I made. And this prototype model, I did put the voice in this and we can hear.
What does it do?
Yeah, I can make
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
I can show
Yeah,
you
yeah,
how
yeah.
it
Sure,
works.
sure.
So what is this? Is this small little tool?
Yeah.
I can just play.
You mind coming a bit better, closer?
So this is the voice of my daughter, because I didn't have anybody to give me resources, so
Yeah.
I used my own daughter's
The
voice.
lessons are read out
The lessons are read out as per the textbook.
as per the textbook.
Yes. So I then went for a better model.
How do you control this?
Yeah, this controlled by a switch. We have a small knob here.
Okay.
So you can see chapter 1 written over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And this chapter 1,
Yeah.
I just click.
Yeah.
गोमंत भारती कोकणी इयत्ता चौथी
Now this one of my friend Anju Sakadani did help me to record this.
प्रार्थना
I stop this, go to the next chapter.
Okay. I see.
पाठ 2
I see.
परोपकाराचे फळ
Stop this, I can go to any chapter I want.
This amounts to reading
So-
practice.
Yes.
Punacho Ravi.
Yes. That is our main intention.
गरमागरम
That is the main intention, that a student who cannot, we are using that part is listening and speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Writing and reading I have not yet touched.
Okay.
I have told it. So
But you have some plans.
I will have plans when I really think as this develops. So this is for specially for 1 to 4th standard school children who can, now teacher has taught and few students have not able to read it. Then they can keep this instrument in front of them, play with it. Go to chapter 1,
I
chapter
see.
2 and read
Yeah.
this.
While they are playing, they learn.
Yeah, Why means in a classroom there has to be some kind of peer learning happening,
Yeah.
some kind of learning which they
Of
can
course.
do on their own.
Teacherless learning.
Teacherless learning. So this is mainly for.
What's the cost of the prototype?
Now at present for me this prototype costed 5,000 rupees. Now few individuals have asked me, for them I have given all together in one, because it's not a school. But in schools I always say that don't take everything in one module, because the standard 1 students are sitting and learning, then standard 2 cannot use it. So it's better to take
Okay.
one module. And cost factor also, when I spoke to few people, they said it is not very high. 20,000 rupees will be the 4 classes
Right.
investment, and that can be. Now 3 schools have taken. Now Madam Anju is donating one to Konkani Bhasha Mandal
I see.
also. On September 20th or 23rd she told me is their 60th anniversary
I
or
see.
something, she is donating. And one school is from Polvoring. Madam Sheila Jayant is the administrator.
Agdil, Agdil.
Agdil, and their school has taken one. And one school is from Bicholin. Mr. Ramakant Shetty, he runs an NGO.
I see.
So he said he would like to donate it to Our Lady of Grace, which I am also an ex-student.
I see.
And we both are ex-students of
I
that
see.
school. So we said let us donate one to our own school where we have studied it. So
And what does it contain inside?
it contains all the chapters of standard book
Hardware.
one.
Hardware.
Hardware is an electronic circuit. You can just see
Yeah.
there is nothing. It's nothing great, but it's just a simple electronic circuit we have
I see.
designed.
I see.
And only thing is here we have not used a good speaker. We have used a better speaker there. And here in this first prototype of mine, there is no professional recording, but in that we have
I
done
see.
a professional recording. We have gone to the central library and
In the studio.
in the studio, so that we could edit our voices. Yeah, so that is why everybody has liked the voices which has been used, because it's very clear, it's very distinct. And now few demands are coming, like people want barakhadi, people want tables, people want the question answers of the textbook to be answered and given in voice,
Yeah.
so that the child can keep on hearing. I've got these demands.
Can this go on to, say, the mobile phone?
Of course, I have already built an online app.
I see.
I have already
Called?
built www.audiopustakam.com.
Okay.
This is the name of the site.
Okay.
I can show you the site also here.
I see.
Yeah, we have the site. I did an online thing for the same.
So it will be open design, open source.
It's
something?
open. It's open.
Okay.
Anybody can use it,
I see.
and there's no charges for this.
Very interesting. So it could be replicated anywhere.
Yeah, I can use any data. I'm trying for all the languages, since the book is from SCERT.
Yeah.
So it is freely available. But this
Yeah.
textbook only you can see.
Textbook is freely available.
Yeah, textbook is freely available. Even this voice is freely available
Yeah. Voice is yours.
of my narrators.
गोमंत
Correct.
भारती कोकणी इयत्ता पहिली
I see.
पाठ
Interesting.
1 टण
Interesting.
टण 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 घण
Interesting.
This is quite nice.
पाठ 1 पिकी पिकी काजुले पिकी पिकी काजुले पिकी पिकी काजुले रात सोपय चम्या चम्यांनी उडले बरे झाडा पानांनी खेळले
page.
बरे दिसभर लिपले रात
So the child wants to stop anywhere, the child can just stop. Not an issue. Can just stop.
As and when he or
As
she
and when
wants.
he wants.
No issues.
No issues. And this is free. At
Yeah.
present it is totally free.
Yeah.
I won't be charging anything for the voice audio part of
Very
it.
interesting.
But only thing is, since I have to maintain all these things
Yeah.
with a finance of my own,
Yeah.
maybe like question answer sessions, those things I may have to put some kind of a
Right,
charge,
right,
so that we have to
right.
maintain this
Some viability model.
50 rupees
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
for a year to use all the question
Or
banks.
if it could be replicated at a bigger scale for more
Yeah,
languages,
yes, that
and
is-
maybe get some central support or something
Yeah,
like that.
see,
Because
what is my basic observation is, moment I ask support, like for example, to be very frank, when I went to the central library for recording also,
they expect you to pay the fee.
they gave me only for few hours,
Okay.
half, and afterwards they told me some minister said nothing to give, and I did pay from there.
I know,
600
it all
rupees,
adds up.
yeah.
It all adds up.
Yeah, so then I said,
Yeah,
if
it becomes tough.
Yeah, so I said if I wait for people to give me something to understand my idea, may never happen.
Yeah.
So let me only put my own resources.
Yeah.
And since we believe that as being normally being a Christian, 10% goes to our what do you say, charity. I said 10% of my
10%
salary
of
goes
our
to
time.
my
Okay,
academics,
okay,
my
okay.
passion to build
No,
up
but
things.
if it would be nice if these things were replicated, in the sense that
Yeah, they can
if
be
it could be
replicated.
scaled up and
Yes, yes,
replicated,
yes,
because
of course, of
see,
course.
one idea can be used. It is not only that it's only restricted to Konkani.
No, no, no. I have now the thing is you can see
And
here.
many smaller Indian languages
Yes.
are facing the same
Yes,
dilemma,
same,
I
same,
think.
yeah. See, now what I have done
I
is,
see.
even in my tool, I have put up the map of India, and you can just click on any one of this and it will show Madhya Pradesh Hindi. You go to this, it will show
I see.
Rajasthan Hindi. You come here, it is showing Maharashtra Marathi.
I
And
see.
Goa is also here, small little thing, I have put it up, Goa Konkani.
I see.
You go to any of the states and you click on the state, you'll get the language. So I want to build up for that, because here what I need to do is only change my corpus.
Correct.
And do the recordings. Now
Yeah.
I've applied for project funding to record 5th standard to 10th standard, because these two narrators, Anju and Isha, who worked with me,
Yeah.
I never paid them anything.
Right.
As such. So
Yeah,
they were,
yeah,
they
it's
also,
volunteer work, yeah.
it was totally volunteer work, and recording is not very easy in a professional way, because it's not that just you just speak and
Yeah,
that
it has
things
to be
come.
correct, and
It has to be, and the editor, like, who was editing it out for us, he used to literally say, okay, stop now, you need to change, you have to,
Yeah.
your tone has gone different.
Okay.
So all that things we had to take care. And one more request has come to make this like, like a poem, like Piki Piki Kazule, like that, I mean some kind of a tune.
Okay.
So we will be intending to do in our next revision, put a, not change from here anything,
Yeah, but
keep
just,
the original, and keep one more, like a,
Okay, song.
like a song. Poems all we plan to convert in the form of a song.
I
So
see.
this is our next things what we want to put. Obviously, even if without any fund or anything, I have 12 years more of service, so I thought I will just keep on carrying, doing this.
No,
little
it's
by
important
little.
work, because the
Yeah.
smaller languages have
Yes,
a
smaller
huge shortage
languages,
of
yeah, and I'm sure like many of the smaller languages, they
all of
should
them.
take up this as an issue and solve it. And to be frank, such work is even not recognized by the Konkani organizations also. Not
I
recognized.
think there is a problem there, because most of the writers are of a senior age group and they don't
Yeah,
appreciate technology,
Yes, yes.
and the tech people have lost their links with the language, so
Yes,
there is a
so there is a
gap.
small gap, and I'm sure one day they will really come up that this way we have to preserve the language. This is also one method, I meant to say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is the only method. Writings, all the writings. Nowadays there are audio textbooks for novels and all, but not for this type of intervention learning. And Professor Russell from Nirmala Institute of Education, he also has seen my product, and he's also
I
collaborating
see.
with me to work on
Very
this.
good, very good.
So we are trying to put up learning metrics also inbuilt onto this software, so that the child can have some learning metrics also, what the child has learned.
I see. Very nice.
After that, my intention is to put an AI, artificial intelligence, like suppose if I read this Piki Piki Kazule, then it will capture and it will tell me how much correct I was. Like if I say Piki Piki Kujuli, then of course
Okay,
it says
okay.
that Kajule is gone wrong
I
of yours.
see,
So
I
you have to
see.
repeat it
I
again.
see.
So this type of learning I would want to
Using
use.
AI?
Using AI, okay. Using AI. We are working on that towards, but it's not an easy process, because speech recognition, speech thing. The only thing I have over here is I have a fixed speech. So this fixed speech I am trying to compare my original speech. I'm sure many might be working and many will be doing it, but
For Konkani, I think very few are doing it.
yeah, for Konkani very few are doing it, and I'm sure for many other Indian languages. Even like 2011 census shows Konkani speakers have reduced. So it is like some people now see, when I'm not blaming anybody, parents want their children in English medium, but there are some parents who want that the child should still learn Konkani, like they are going to the Navy school and all these things. So there is no Konkani. So they have asked me whether this. I said
see.
it is open there. You can just make your child.
I
If the
see.
child is brilliant, will pick up
Correct.
many languages
Correct.
as such. So that was my only intention of building up this. And this audio textbooks in Konkani is not there.
I
And
see.
since I thought of a bigger platform, I put the name as Audio Pustakam. That is almost something like Sanskrit.
Yeah.
I put
Acceptable all over.
yeah, except, and I am only targeting Indian languages. So demand may come for other languages too, but at present, with my own little capacity, I can do for this Konkani as a language.
Thank you and all the best.
Yeah,
Really
thank you,
good work.
thank
Keep
you,
up the good
Frederick.
work.
Thank you.